My name is Johannes and this is NomadCities. In this episode, I'll be meeting Chelsea, a driven film director from the States, currently living in Kuala Lumpur thanks to the digital nomad program Remote Year.
So a typical day for me in Kuala Lumpur consists of me waking up and doing work in the morning. I'm working remotely, so definitely try to spend time before lunch, kind of putting in some time editing. I'll then probably take some time to go out and get some street food. So definitely one of the best things about Kuala Lumpur is the food. The food is good because it merges so many different ethnicities. There's Indian food, there is Pakistani food, Chinese food, there's Malay food. Food is so cheap, it's so delicious that you want to try a lot. You might still end up spending $30 on a meal, but it might be like a 6-course meal. Kuala Lumpur has a lot of high-rises. There's a big rooftop culture and so many different pools that people go to hang out, drink, work out of. Somebody traveling for the first time will be amazed about how many different visibilities, identities, religions that you see. You can walk past the Islamic store. You can also walk past the Chinese store that has an offering table out, or then you can pass by Indians who practice Hinduism. So I feel like not only is it diverse in terms of representation visually for different ethnicities, but it's also diverse in terms of people's religious practices. It's a place where individuality kind of strives because nobody's trying to be anything but what they are.
So I'm staying here with Chelsea and we are in the middle of
It's a food street. I got something called mango steam. So what you're actually eating in fact is this white part. I feel like it's a blend between like a mango seed, could just kind of like peary, but also like a peach.
So I also really value that everybody speaks English because I'm able to develop deeper relationships or engage in more critical conversation with locals, whether or not it's talking about politics or kind of just getting these actual global perspectives on things from people who were born in Malaysia. Malaysia in general is a country that is transitioning a lot, and they've now in recent years just got a new president that's changing the way that Malaysia has been running. So I think because of that, you'll see a lot of new development, a lot of construction projects, some that just ran out of funding and just stopped, and some that are continuing. So I feel like the vibe of Kuala Lumpur, it's very much inspired by this kind of transitional space that the country's in. To get around in Kuala Lumpur, I use Grab. It's essentially the same kind of app like Uber. The rates are preset, so you know exactly what you're going to pay before you get in the car. So it really reduces any kind of negotiation or potential ripping off that might happen by being a foreigner. I personally, as a traveler, typically feel safe in places. I haven't noticed any crime. The laws are just really intense. It's like a death penalty for a lot of things. I think that as a foreigner in general, coming to any country, you're always at risk for pickpocketing and theft. Just have to be mindful. But everybody is so afraid to get caught by authorities just because of how intense the laws are. Being in Kuala Lumpur, my biggest takeaway is how much more diversity I'm going to add to the creations and the films and the content that I create for people. Because I've just been able to see so many different representations of things that I typically don't see, that it empowered me, and I know that if I was able to bring this back, it will also inspire other people.
Kuala Lumpur, what a huge city. Now it's time to travel again and I'm up for Indonesia and Bali.